So, we've got a little bit of an update as far as the Stomping Land situation is concerned. Now, to those wondering what Stomping Land is, a while ago, it was an up-and-coming, much anticipated dinosaur, like tribal man survival kind of nonsense. Though it had quite a bit of an emphasis in its early stages on PvP. And after some troubles, it's a little bit iffy what's going on precisely, because we've got conflicting reports, so we'll just let that sort of, resolve itself and not be skeptical, but not necessarily pass judgment too prematurely. As far as the new update is concerned, we've got July 7th at 12:36 p.m. is the last time that this post was updated from Jig himself on the Stomping Land Steam discussion forum. And it reads, updates to next summer. I'm kicking off new run-up updates that push into next summer. Updates will be every Thursday, and alongside with each update will be a patch day stream where we can build anything on stream to be included in the update, and playtest as a group. He leaves a link to his Twitch. I did test that out the day of, and it did work, and he was streaming. I just so happened to stumble upon the update pretty much the moment he put it out, I guess. The only reason I knew about the update was because I saw Stomping Land was updating on Steam. And went to check the discussion board. And it seemed that there were some new posts, this one included, but there wasn't a sort of patch note on the main Steam page for it until yesterday or today, I want to say. Regardless, let's continue with this post here. A bunch of people have been asking for a Discord, so I'm in a channel, which is currently bare bones, but will gain some structure over time. Join it there. If anyone uses Twitter, I'll post Stomping Lands related clips and such on there. For this next year, updates will be mostly boilerplate survival game content, hunter mechanics, tools and weapons, dinosaur, AI, etc. Once a really solid foundation is in place, we can get to the juicy left field mechanics and content expansion. This process will be incremental, but eventually our cylinder hunter will reach its survival game dreams. I'm not entirely sure what he means about that last, cylinder hunter, but maybe it's just going over my head and I'm overthinking it. Who knows? Regardless, I managed to dip into the July 7th live stream, and I was honestly surprised to find out that the dev test build for Stomping Lands is actually multiplayer and testable. I will actually fire that up right now. So here we have the Stomping Lands dev test. Currently, yeah. Currently nothing else works except for the play button on the menu. We have, doesn't look like anybody else is online here. So what's different from the last time we played this? Well, if you recall, me saying in the, patch notes they didn't add any interactable plants, despite them saying in the patch notes they had interactable plants. Well, now there's an interactable plant. You can flop this guy around. Let's flip him. Let's flop him every which way. Now, that's all well and good. What they just recently added was the ability to crouch while sprinting to slide. Currently, there is no sort of ground physics as far as whether the incline will let you gain speed or lose speed. You could just slide uphill if you really wanted to. Now, there is, so far that's it, really. During the stream, Jig did discuss with us some potential things about sort of the way things are going to develop here. A couple more things to note, I guess. The time of day on the server is not sort of standardized for everybody. It depends on when you log in, what time morning is currently, but that's just something that's there. Jake did discuss with us as far as maybe potential fixes for the fact that sprinting and then crawling just puts you at a dead stop. Perhaps a slide or a dive, I had suggested. Perhaps some sort of dive mechanic. And maybe even if you do like a sprint jump, then hit the prone button. Maybe you do some sort of dive that maybe knocks a player over if it hits them, or maybe gives you invincibility frames, something like that. I didn't suggest the iframes option in the stream, but I thought about it afterwards. But yeah, nothing else really came to mind. There was some discussion about how going side to side on a surface while climbing, because depending on the incline of the surface, edge you down or up. It's just a weird physics thing. But yeah. It's a little bit of a light update, but it's what we expected, I believe, and it's what was pretty much, it's what we were told to expect. So nothing out of the ordinary really here. What is interesting is that Jake did slightly talk about sort of a 1 year sort of light roadmap that he went into zero detail about said roadmap. And I don't even think he used the word roadmap, but he said he had some sort of 1 year plan for delivering updates until next summer, every Thursday. And we'll see what, we'll see if we get, you know, the 52 updates we've been alluded to. We shall see. As far as the stuff that I had suggested and then we had talked about on stream during the, you know, sort of live dev tests, was the fact that you know, the change for, you know, sprinting and crawling, going into like a slide versus a dive. A dive might change, you know, how you would use it. You know, if you want to be more stealthy, you don't want to, you know, necessarily dive into cover. A slide would probably be a little bit more discreet. I can get that. I think you could use the slide for more stealthy options, like sprints and then like slide into the crawl versus maybe bind a dive to where you sprint, jump, and then hit crawl. That puts you into a dive. That gives you, you know, maybe a few frames of invincibility when you initially hit the crawl, as well as a maybe a knockback hitbox in the like head and arms region. Maybe after those iframes. Give you the ability to like perhaps just dodge some dinosaur charges, or you know, dive tackle a player trying to pepper you with arrows or some sort of sling, something like that. But yeah, that's really all we got here as far as Stomping Lands updates, but they are coming. We'll be seeing more of them, supposedly. You know, and I think it's good that we're at least hearing some form of commitment happening for this game. We'll see what comes of it.